Welcome back. In this class, we are going to do where we left off in the last class, that was effective demand. So what is effective demand? We did in that, it was AD is equal to EF. That is aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply at effective, that is known as effective demand. And in this, we are going to do a few questions as what is the principle of effective demand, or effective demand, between difference between aggregate demand and effective demand, and if there's a discrepancy between, say, aggregate demand and aggregate supply, how can effective demand be brought about. So let's do these questions. So look at this one. So in this, we talk about what is the principle of effective demand after all. So what is the principle of effective demand? Now what is it? In the Keynesian theory, it is assumed that the price level remains fixed or constant in the short run. We did this, I think, in the last class, but anyways, as revision. It is also assumed that average supply is perfectly elastic. That is, producers are willing to supply whatever amount is demanded by consumers at the given fixed price. So when producers are willing to supply any quantity of output to consumers, the equilibrium level of output is solely determined by aggregate demand. And this is what we call the principle of effective demand. Now look at the diagram. So income and output is shown on the x-axis, and aggregate demand is shown on the y-axis. Then you have aggregate demand and aggregate curves represent aggregate demand and aggregate AS and AD curves. They represent aggregate supply and aggregate demand respectively. And can you see the point E? Now what is point E? That is the point of effective demand where AD is equal to AS. That means aggregate demand and aggregate supply are equal. So any other point located on the aggregate demand curve, like say E1, E2, are not effective demand. So after having talked about this, we'll see what is the difference between aggregate demand and effective demand. Often students get a little muddled up with this, so let's just have a look at this. So what is after all, what is the difference between aggregate demand and effective demand? Okay. So in this we can see aggregate demand refers to the total of goods and services that households and firms taken together plan to buy during a year. Now another thing is that there are different levels of aggregate demand at different levels of income. So this is very important. So there are different levels of aggregate demand at different levels of income. Only and only that level of aggregate demand is effective, which is equal to aggregate supply. Okay, so that is the basic difference between the two. Now another question that we will do is explain how the level of effective demand is attained in an economy if aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply. So if there is a discrepancy between AD and AS, how will AD and AS be how will they attain equilibrium? So this is another question as explain what I just read out the question. This is the one which you can see. So explain how the level of effective demand is attained in an economy if aggregate demand is more than the aggregate supply. Now we know effective demand refers to that level of output where aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Now if aggregate demand exceeds aggregate supply, then what? Then what happens? It means buyers are planning to buy more goods and services than producers are planning to produce. Thus, the inventories in hand with the producers will start falling. As a result, producers will plan to raise the production next time. This will increase the level of income up to the level of aggregate demand, which is equal to aggregate supply. So that is what we have done in effective demand, and you can get a question on any of these. Especially the last question had been featured as a CBSE sample paper in the CBSE sample paper, so you can go through that.